Man, I was almost praying I didn't get called. This has been the most amazing night. Have been the most amazing stories. You know, there've been some incredible emotional roller coasters, and this will be no different. It's a hard story for me to tell. A lot of people have shared a lot, and I'm also going to share something tonight about the time that the most beautiful chicken in the world got away. And that's not a metaphor, I'm talking about a real chicken. So I was making small talk at work, as one does. I can't talk about the rough and tumble life I really lead, selling drugs and having sexual encounters with multiple beautiful women. So at the pediatric dentist office where I work, I have to talk about things that are safe for work. So I've been talking about my intention to start a chicken farm in my backyard. And one of the mothers said, we are chicken parents, a term with which I was not familiar. And she said, unfortunately, we're moving to Alaska to live on an intentional farm. So we need someone to be an adopted chicken parent. And I knew I had found my calling. These were clearly people I wanted to spend time with. And so a guy named Richie showed up at my house, and he delivered this unbelievably beautiful chicken coop. It was made out of red cedar. It was 12 years old. The inside was lined with FRP. It sounds like I'm describing that car in the first story, doesn't it? But it's a chicken coop. And there were no women that admired it, I promise. And then the day finally came. He helped me install this chicken coop and set up a little chicken run. And he came while I was at work. And he delivered 13 chickens. But one got away. And I got a bunch of text messages at work, and none of them were about a beautiful chicken. They were all from my neighbors. About a chicken that was, quote unquote, terrorizing the neighborhood. I nicknamed him El Chapo the chicken. Terrorizing? I think those are strong words. Who terrorizes? A rabid raccoon? Maybe members of ISIS? What does a chicken really do to terrorize? Kind of just walks around kind of funny, moving its head, right? But either way, I knew that I had to get this chicken out of the neighborhood because that's what a good chicken parent does. So I went to a sporting goods store and I said, I need your help. I have to catch a chicken. And they said, we do deer. We sell some bear traps. I was like, no. I need a net. So I got a fishing net, one of those long fishing nets that got the weights at the bottom, the lead weights. I came home and there was the chicken. There was El Chapo. She had missed all the other chickens and she was feeling very relaxed and she was laying an egg. And I thought, this is my time. So I took out my net and I threw it thinking it would open like Batman throws that thing that swirls around, and none of the weights opened, and it slammed against the chicken coop, and the chicken made a beeline straight into the neighbor's yard who had been threatening to call the police. It's actually hard to throw those nets. So an hour and a half later of watching YouTube, I figured out how to throw these nets. So I ran into the front yard because I thought I saw him there, and my neighbor was there watering his flowers. His name is Joey, and he's a veterinarian, and I thought he'd be very understanding. But he looked very frightened. And I said, Joey, I'm looking for a chicken. He said, Mike, you look nuts. I said, what do you mean? He said, you're wearing your OR scrubs, you're incredibly sweaty, and you're carrying a fishing net, and we're nowhere near a body of water. But he agreed to help me. So Joey helped me, Joey the veterinarian helped me, and then my other neighbor, Kevin, who's a retired judge, he also came home laughing hysterically and said he wanted to help me too. So the three of us are running around the neighborhood trying to find this chicken. We're running. They keep trying to scare the chicken towards me, then I run towards it. And I can hear in my mind's ear, "Go, Vinay, go." None of that happened. Actually, I didn't win the race, and I had a really hard time catching this chicken. It actually took the three of us almost the entire afternoon. I finally caught it, and so what I had to do, because they deserved a thank you, is I left a six-pack of beer on everybody's porch with a note that said, "Thank you for helping me catch the most beautiful chicken in the world. Signed, El Chapo the Chicken. P.S. Bok, bok, bok." That's my story. Thank you very much. I'm Mike the dentist, and if I could, I'd like to donate all of my points to Vinay, because that was amazing. And none of them to Steve Pierce, because that story was totally racist.